Have you ever wondered why the US salaries are much higher than the UK salaries for the exact same jobs? Let me explain this one really quickly. Hi, I'm Farah. I'm an accountant now teaching personal finance, so you don't have to pay for it. At number one, you got the size of the economy. The US economy is simply much bigger than the UK, and there's more money, more companies, and more competition for talent, which means companies are willing to pay more to attract the best people. And number two, you got the cost of living, especially healthcare. In the US, the salaries are higher, but so are their costs. Things like healthcare, insurance, and education cost a lot more, whereas in the UK, things like the NHS actually reduce those costs. So part of that higher salary in the US is actually covering expenses that you don't really see here in the UK. And number three, you've got company structure and profits. US companies, especially in tech, tend to generate much higher profits, and they often reinvest that into higher salaries, bonuses, and stock options, whereas the UK companies are generally more conservative when it comes to pay. Number four, you got risk and work culture. In the US, there's typically less job security, fewer protections, and longer working hours, and not to mention that they only have 10 days of annual leave. But in return, you get a much higher salary. And in the UK, you get more stability, more worker protections, and better work-life balance. And five, you got the currency and market differences. The US dollar is stronger because of its widespread use in global trade, making it a more powerful currency. And generally, the US job market is more competitive globally, which pushes salaries even higher. So yes, US salaries are higher, but it's not a like-for-like comparison. Higher pay often comes with higher costs, higher pressure, and higher risk, whereas the UK tends to offer more stability and balance. But I personally think it's time that we see pay increases across different industries in the UK, because our costs have gone up significantly, but the salaries have barely moved over the past few decades, which is why most millennials can't even dream of owning their own homes. What do you think? Are you happy with the salaries in the UK? Let me know in the comments below and follow me for more financial education.